Okay, so it'll be morning when you're watching this, so good morning. I am in Adorable Animals. It is a grayscale coloring book. So, and in this book, I have actually torn a few pages out. There are colored pictures in the back of suggestions of what you could do in the book. And I have done a review on this in the past, so you should be able to look that up. If you can't find it, let me know, and I will pull it up on my channel so that you can see it. So today, what I'm actually, okay, this is a little textured. That's what I wondered. We're going to put this underneath. This is what we're actually working on today. Somebody had requested another grayscale, and I'm all about y'all requesting things. So let's zoom in on the flower to start with. How's that? Now don't forget, if you're on, I know it's for Android, you can push down with your fingers pinched, do this, and it'll blow it up on your screen. So, or you can put it up onto your TV if you've got a way of doing all that. So first things first, the flower. I'm actually using Crayola pencils on all of this. My darkest is going to be red violet. My lighter is going to be mauvelous, like marvelous, but mauvelous. Okay, and then white. So when you're doing grayscale, you can go through and do the entire piece with one color pencil. Okay, and it will look something like this. Okay, it'll have a little bit of lights and darks, but not as much. See, this is where it was lighter and darker. Or you can come in, now that was my lighter shade. This is my darker shade. I'm going to come in, because this is tucked inside. It'll be a little bit darker. The thing also with grayscale is the artist that drew the page or produced the page, whatever, has given you the option of being able to see where the lights and darks are, because they've put all that light and dark in there. Okay, so I've done the dark. Now, just like with regular coloring, I'm going to get lighter as I come out. It's the same process, y'all. It's just that a grayscale will show you where those lights and darks are. I'm going to come in with my lighter shade. I am going to leave this bit right here white, okay, just because it gives a good highlight. Here's my lighter shade of pink going into my darker. So this just shows you where your lights and darks are. I'm going to come in with white because I don't generally use a blender. I use my lightest color, and in this case it would be white because I want that shiny spot there. Come in with the white, blend everything. Crayola has some really, yeah, I don't know what happened. My eraser bounced on that area. Crayola has some really nice colors, okay? And I know that's why some people pick them. It's not just because they're a lesser expensive pencil. They do have some pretty colors. Now I'm going to go back to my lightest shade. And you will find that you need to do more blending with Crayola, because it is not a oil-based pencil, and it's not overly waxy. It's just an inexpensive, low grade, so to speak, pencil. It's what we all grew up on in school, okay? So don't expect it to just come in and boom, bang, you know, your picture's finished. It does take layering. I'm going back to the darkest again, because when I go backwards now, see how that's going to pop? Because I'm putting it over the top. It's the last thing on. It's the first thing you'll see. Okay, I'm just boosting that color back up there. These are a little pointed and I want to round those just a little, because in real life they are. There we go. Okay, this book that Jane has done, not all of her books are grayscale. She does both, but I can tell you her books are all cutesy like this. She really does fine work. I am a big fan of her artwork. If you are following her on Facebook, she does journal entries all the time where it's just free-handed, and then she colors them in with markers and pencils and different things. And she's just really what I call one of those top-notch artists that can just really still do freehand work. She's not doing the computerized stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with white one more time. So like I said, you can get a really nice look with the Crayola, but it's going to take you some layering. But if you can do Crayola on a grayscale page, then when you go to a book that is not grayscale, you're going to be able to do it. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do this one. See how that line is through there? So that tells us that that petal comes up and then bends back down. So it's like my finger here comes up and then bends back down, and there's the fold line. So I'm going to come in with my darkest first, and I'm going to set these lines in. Do you remember when we did Lost and Found Edges? It was a video we did a while back, and it was about finding those edges, finding those lines. Okay, so here we're going to have lost and found, and we got to make sure they're found by using different shades, tints, colors, and really that amounts to how much pressure you're putting on your pencil. Okay, so make sure that you can see that fold line when it comes down to the end. That's the main thing. All right, I'm going to go to my lighter shade. And now the whitest area is right there and up in here. So I'll just go up to that. Then on this side, so today is October 1st. I know it's not the first that you're seeing the video, but that's when I'm making this. So I will probably do a part 2 on this video. I just want to have whoever's watching to be able to really follow along if they want. So, and see, I'm coming up the side of that fold line, making sure that it shows up. I'm going to come in with white. I'm going to blend. Blending is just going over the top of all of it to make sure that there's no specific lines unless we want the line. Okay, here we did not want specific lines. Here we do. And notice also I'm going the direction that it grows. I'm not going this way. Now sometimes I'll still do little circles, but when you're doing something like a plant, it is usually better if you go the direction that it grows, just because then you get the veinage or lines going the right direction. And see, I have some very specific lines still showing up right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, so I'm going to come in with this pencil. I'm going to go ahead and go up on it like this, but I'm going to keep a soft touch. In fact, I'm going to go back a little bit. So I want a soft touch on how I'm transferring or pivoting from the light to the medium. So I can get that going from white to the mauvelous. Okay, I'm going to come up on it a little so I have a little bit more control here. And it's very little. Fern, you should love this. It's lots and lots of layering. Okay. Fern is one of our ladies over on Coloring Books Keep It Clean that has been with me coloring. I've never met her in person, but she has been with me from probably the start on my YouTube videos, and she's a great encouraging person to me, and I really appreciate her. So shout out to Fern. This one's for you, kiddo. So I'm going to go back to the dark again. Just really lots and lots of layers. This is not going to be done quickly. But again, Crayola pencils, you know, you get that biggest package for like, what, 12 bucks? And all the different colors that are on there. Just beautiful. Okay. Then I'm going to come back in with white again. Now see, you've been with me all these minutes, and it's already been, you know, quite a few minutes. And we're just on the second petal because I came in with the first one already done. There we go. That line is gone that I had seen before. Yeah, it's Sunday today. It was a migraine morning. I actually missed church. Husband ended up going to church, and then he had to go to Oak Cliff because the in-laws have been skipping meals on Sundays because the caregiver is not there on Sundays. But she's going to start being there. So adding a day to her routine, and she said she doesn't mind. So I think they love her and she loves them. She means a lot to all of us. I'm going to come in with the dark one more time just because I really want to beef this up. And see how you can tell where I'm going? You can tell the paper is still accepting pencil. But anyway, she was coming in on Mondays, and they were like just dragging. And we figured out they weren't eating on the Sundays. She's there on Saturday, but she wasn't there on Sundays, and they just weren't bothering to eat. So she'll be going in now on Sundays also for a few hours, and we'll see if that fixes the problem of them not being so vibrantly awake and ready to go for it. Okay, if you need the rest of these done, I can, but I think you can. Okay, so you do the rest of the flowers, same colors. Now we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to reposition this because we have enough time to at least start the frog. Let's get the frog in view for you. And I'm going to, I think I can keep the screen right there, and you should be able to see most of him. Now with the frog, we have many more different colors. All right, so I'm going to start with almond. And again, this is Crayola. So I'm going to do the almond here in the lightest area. It's just right here where it's pretty white on the page. Okay, and then also just a little bit through here. Just look to where it's the lightest, where it's got the white shiny marks. If you're actually coloring along with me, why don't you pop a note in saying that you are? Just pop down in the comments and say that you're coloring this. If you're not, that's okay. I'd love to hear from you too. So anywhere where it's really white, I've added this almond color. Okay? Then what I'm going to come in with next is the lightest green. My lightest green is palm green. That's what you do when you start sharpening the name of the pencil right off of the pencil. You just put it on there however you can. So then my palm green is going to be this through here. It's just a really light shade of green. I wonder if that's the lighter. Yeah, that is the lighter of my two greens. So I'm going to put it in here. And then I'm going to put it through here. And I'm not trying to keep a straight edge. You saw me going back and forth. I'm going to do some right here. I'm going to do something else through that area. I can go through here some. And I do want this lighter area to be the lighter reflected green, just because that's the color that's right there. Okay? I'm going to come down here and do a little bit. And again, that can have some green in it too. Then just ever so slightly in here, just to give a little bit of color to his throat. Okay, this is going to end up being some brown. This right here could be some of that green again. And then on the face, see if I can actually turn the pencil the direction I want it, because I would like to do all of this light area. So I'm going to go around this way and then follow around that curve. Do this lightest areas in this palm leaf color. Now, can you use other pencils on these pages? Oh yes, definitely. You can use any pencils on most any pages. It's just somebody was asking if we could use the Crayola pencils to do this. And you know me, if somebody asks, I aim to please, and I do have the pencils, so why not? Okay, so let's see what else should be. Maybe right down in here. Where you use the color once, you kind of want to spread it around a bit if it works to do that, just so that the color is around and not just in one spot where it's like boom right there, unless you're wanting it as a big accent color. Okay, and then right up here, I almost missed that area on his eye. And then it would also be this area on this eye. Then I'm going to go to my next green, and that is going to be Arctic Lime. Okay? And let's see what this looks like. Let's just put it down here. Yeah. Nix this one. We're not going to use it. Okay? So, to the side. And that's why sometimes I'll pull several colors so I can decide what I want as I go. This is olive green, okay? So I'm going to come in with this olive and I'm going to do these darker bits. And see, this goes dark so that this piece pops up from it. And I want it to blend out. So I'm doing those little hash marks. I'm not pushing down and back and forth. I'm going down and then lifting. Down and lift. Okay? The other thing you could do is just this and then come out lighter. This, come out lighter. And on that, what I'm doing is this, and then I get lighter and lighter. Okay? And that will make it easier to blend into that next color. All right? I'm going to do that here. But if I come all the way up to here, I'm going to lose that edge. So I'm only going to keep it like right here in that corner. Just a little bit. Just enough that it pops this up a level. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at this. This can be darker. It's down underneath. Yeah, this frog is definitely going to need a part 2. So plan on seeing me again in a few days when we come back to finish this guy up. It's just hard to get something that's this intricate done in one session. So I'm just coming around. Then when I come back and blend, I may have to use those lighter colors again. Remember how we go back and forth to make sure that our colors are showing up. Okay? Just going through here, hitting those darker areas. We can go darker right here. That makes his face pop forward just a bit. But we don't want to do just a line. We have to have that line go out some. Okay? So there, I had it go out. His face here. Come around. I know I'm kind of watching the clock. We are getting there. But I promise I won't go on without you. I will literally stop your video and then start it again. And you'll be able to finish your flower and do all this before I come back in a few days. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do next is just continue up through here. And see, I'm turning my arm so I can go the direction I need to go. If you're where you can turn your entire book, then kudos, do it. I would. I just don't because I'm afraid of mixing y'all up on where I am and stuff. So, and then down here under his eye, you can see how dark it is, how the shading is darker there. Now it's darker here too, but his eyes are going to have a little bit brown in there also. So I don't want to put too much of the green because I do want to be able to add some brown. He is not an all green frog. He is green and brown. So if you're doing a frog page with me, then decide, do you want your frog all green or do you want some brown on him too? You know, and you could look up online and find different pages with frogs and see if there's something that really fits what you want. And I'm going to come over a lot of this with some of that brown. So don't think that this is going to be it. This is first layer. So if you do go ahead and work on this part before I get the next video done, Don't try to blend it real good or finish it off, okay? Because this is not going to be all there is. There's going to be colors layered in here. That's why I said Fern would like this, because she's a big layer person. I am not. I'm usually heavy-handed and I get it done in a few. But they all turn out lovely if you'll just do your best work. Don't forget there is a contest going on over on Coloring Books Keep It Clean. So if you're a member there, be sure you jump on and look to see what that is, because this time there will be prizes. Up there goes my timer already. I'm going to add a minute because I purposely set it to go off before we were ready. Okay, so I'm just finishing up with this green, and then when we come back, we'll start in with some of our browns. Okay, so let's see, let's do some in here. A lot of this is going to be this green and then a brown that's over it, which is going to give us a new color. Remember, that's part of layering. If you will add different colors over the top, then you're making new colors as you're coloring. Okay, so just finishing up this last bit here before I say ta-ta. We'll see you all in a few days. It's already been a minute. Gonna add one more, and then that's gonna do it. Can't keep adding a minute without going over. Okay, so that more or less gets that shade done, and right now it does look like a hot mess. Okay, you remember I used to say that a lot, that our pages would look a mess before they looked better. Just putting some of this in here. Okay, and if it's easier for you, wait till we come back and add all the other colors and then watch both parts again and go in and finish them. Sometimes it's easier that way than trying to finish something all at once. Okay? All right, so I am going to stop. I'm not going to do anything else until I see you again. All right? Okay, see you in a few days, that is. Bye.